the discoverer of chiropractic. And back in 1895, he was way ahead of his time because he said this, that all dis-ease, now I don't mean disease so much, but dis-ease was because of one thing, and that was stress. And he said, come on in, perfect timing, saved you a seat right there. Your mom thought you were going to sell her out and not show up tonight. I know it. So we're talking about Dr. D.G. Palmer talking about stress being the only reason for disease. But now, here's the thing. Stress we think of as what? Emotional, right? Or mental, okay? But he said there's three types of stress, and this is true. There is physical stress, okay? So this is something that we deal with the effects of all the time, right? And you can testify to that, Johnny. You may fall and you get a physical stress. You get a trauma to your body that causes some damage. It causes some trouble. Sometimes you're in a car accident and somebody just, like whatever happened out here tonight on the freeway, somebody ran into somebody and there's damage, right? You can attest to that. And then there's repetitive physical trauma. That's our posture. Anybody sit at a computer all day, you know what I'm talking about, right? Okay, we're on our phones, we got our posture plays a big role in it. So there's physical stressors, but then there's also the mental or emotional stress, okay? The emotional stress we're kind of familiar with, right? I mean, we know that that's something we have to deal with. I don't know if anybody in here's had any emotional stress maybe in the last week, maybe? Huh? Okay, yeah, okay. Y'all being honest, okay? The rest of you are going, I'm just not raising my hand, right? So, and by the way, some of us are already planning to have stress tomorrow, right? Okay, we know it's going to be there, but emotional stress takes a big toll on us. We're going to deal with that a little bit tonight, but the main thing we're going to be talking about tonight is the third type of stress, which is chemical stress. Now, I always say, I went to chiropractic college in Pasadena, Texas. And I said, we don't even trust air over there you can't see. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like it's so much things going into the air. So we're going to deal with that tonight. This is going to be our primary this type of stressor that we're going to deal with, helping you with. But we're also going to deal with the emotional side for this reason. There's only four ways that toxins enter into your body. So tonight, the big subject we're talking about is detox, right? And how that stops us from losing weight. How that, did you know that even that chemicals coming into your body can even affect your circulation? Cause you to have atherosclerosis and other things. If you don't have good circulation, what kind of problems are you going to have from that? Well, you can have high blood pressure. You can have peripheral neuropathies because you got to have blood flow to nerves. You can have all kinds of liver congestion. You can have other problems, even liver failure. A lot of problems can happen just from the effects of toxins. A lot of people don't realize that. So Rhonda tonight is going to give you some of the things to watch out for in these areas as well. But what I want to talk about here is the four ways that toxins can enter into your body. So number one, y'all probably figure, what's the number one way toxins enter our body?
Attitude of gravity. Y'all can if you want. You can.
Yeah.
But be quiet.
Emotional. Yeah. Mental. Yeah, that's all mental. Absolutely. Because look, let me explain this for just a second. And because mental, okay, this means that there are chemical changes inside your body, stress hormones that are being produced because you're having pressure on you, okay? And when those stress hormones, things that go up like cortisol, okay? Y'all know what cortisol is famous for, right? Packing weight around this section right here, okay? So when that's going to affect you, just that alone, okay? But our body is not designed to live in a stressed situation. We're equipped to handle stress, and it's going to happen, but not chronically, meaning not every day, day after day after day. That's when it really overwhelms our system, and we begin to get an imbalance, okay? So yes, that's definitely mental stress. Chemical stress, how that's going to come into the body is going to be mainly through our mouth. So we're going to talk about that tonight. We're going to talk about how to detox your nutrition. The second way is, of course, through our airways. Okay, and we're going to talk about how to detox your environment. Okay, and I got to tell you that since World War II, there's over 100,000 new chemicals in our environment that was not here just a couple generations ago. Unbelievable. So the third way toxins come into our body is through our skin. Oh boy, we got a lot to talk about on that one, okay? The skin's an organ, of course. And then we're going to talk about detoxing your organs. And then the last one is through our thoughts, through our mind. Okay, so that's where we're going to touch the emotional side here a little bit, the mental side of this. Okay, so we have mainly tonight dealing with these two things, and so I'm going to introduce now the star of the show. This is my wife Rhonda. She's an author, she's a speaker, she's a Ziegler certified, Legacy certified trainer.
Oh, yes.
She's also a nutrition coach, as we mentioned, and she's helped hundreds of people improve their health with nutritional coaching, changing their diet, and the right nutritional supplementation. And she's also an amazing wife and the mother of 5 and children and 9 grandchildren, by the way. I'm quite proud of those. It's like 5 of them are here tonight. So anyway, Rhonda, you come on and give these people some tips. She's going to give you 3 things from each category. Number 1 is what effect these things have on you. Number 2 is something you can do about it by putting good things in. And then lastly, things that you can remove to help you as well. So God bless y'all. I'll see you again after she's done. Come on, Rhonda.
Hello, everyone. I have a cheat sheet because I'm so nervous. He is so good at this stuff. I'm just not that good at this stuff. It makes me nervous, but I'm passionate about what I am going to talk about, though. And so he mentioned to you a few minutes ago that I was going to give you a negative side effect. Really, it's where you're throwing yourself at a much higher risk in that area. And what I want to do is I always start for the positive. So we're going to do what we can add in. One thing you can add in to make a difference in each category, and one thing that you can work on removing. And I'm trying to keep it easy, but making it where it really matters. So I'm going to start, which is one of my favorite places, the mouth, what goes into the mouth, okay? So anything that goes into your mouth, okay? So I'm going to say to me, one of the biggest things to add in, and y'all have all heard it, water. Good, clean water. Having a good Berkey or filtered good water, that you're getting a good source of water. And I'm going to tell you, in the United States, 75, I did a lot of Googling, but plus through this course that I got certified in, it was your course that I did on detoxification. Multiple of the doctors talked about it, and I pulled it up to see what the percentage is today. 75% of Americans are dehydrated. Out of that 75%, most have chronic dehydration. Okay, so we have a problem. And guess what happens when you have chronic dehydration? What happens with the body is it gets used to that. So then the body doesn't give you those signals and cues. Hey, I'm thirsty. Hey, I need water in the brain. The organs need water. It doesn't speak to you the same because it becomes used to what it's getting. Okay, so it's important to get good quality water in. Now, you're supposed to get half your body weight by ounces. Now, the way you start doing that is start small. Today you go, okay, what am I getting in today? If you're getting in 20 ounces, then go, this week I'm going to do 30. After a week, I'm going to go 40. And you work your way up like that. Yes, you will go to the bathroom a lot at first because your body's not used to it. But then what will happen is it'll adapt to, oh, yes, I'm getting all this water I need. And it will. You won't go to the bathroom as often. So for your mouth, what would I remove? It's going to go along with that water. And that is plastic. Most Americans drink out of plastic bottles. They buy plastic water bottles. They drink out of a plastic bottle, water bottles. And I'm going to tell you something. That BPA free means nothing. It's only meaning like 1 or 2 of the BPAs. There's still lots of other ones in there that's messing with your hormones, your health. So get away from the plastic. So how you start doing that? Get you a good Yeti stainless steel. Okay, get you a glass water. They make glass water bottles now that have some like silicone and stuff around it to kind of make it stronger. But if you'll start drinking a lot more with glass or stainless steel, it'll taste different at first. Because guess what? The plastic's leaching into your water. That's what you're used to, that taste. So it will seem different, but I promise you, if you really work at it, you can make a big difference there. Now, let me tell you, it was crazy through this research, but if you have chronic dehydration, do you know that it puts you in a much higher category to end up with 13 types of cancer? So 13 types of cancer. It's on the MD Anderson. If you search it there, I looked at that today. 13 different types linked to those patients had chronic dehydration. So that's a big area you can make a difference right there. So the second one that he mentioned was, I'm not going to go in his order. I'm going to go in my own order. That was through the airways. Okay. So the first thing that I would add in airways is an air filter in my home. You know, do y'all understand homes are closed today? They're so toxic, from the building materials, paints, carpets, everything in the home, and then it's shut up. It used to be we opened windows, air went through. So a good air filter. So what you want to look for in an air filter is like a HEPA filter with it, or a carbon filter. Look, you don't have to spend a lot of money. What you could do is get smaller ones. Put them in all the rooms, especially where you're sleeping and you're spending 8 or 9 hours. And then one in your main area where everybody is. Clean your air out. That is a big one. Get an air filter. So what do I remove from my house that I am breathing in? Toxic cleaning supplies. Clorox, Pine Sol, all of these toxic cleaning supplies we're using, you're inhaling. Okay, and remember, what does your body use? What does it use to detox? Your liver, right? So here you are inhaling all these toxics in your home because you're cleaning your house. Okay, what you want to look for is things like, okay, y'all could all go home tonight and Google natural cleaning supplies, and you know what? They're going to give you easy things like mix this much water with this much vinegar, this much water with this much baking soda. It works. It's done in my house. But there are good companies like Echo, 7th Generation, that gives you good quality cleaning supplies without all the chemicals. And this is the crazy thing. So guess what the health risk is to the airways of inhaling all of these chemicals and not clean air? It was crazy to me. Clogged arteries. Okay, well, guess what? Guess what clogged arteries a lot of times cause? Chronic liver disease. So I always wonder sometimes when you've met somebody that said, oh, my sister died of liver disease and she never drank. You know what? Maybe her environment, what she was breathing in all the time, was toxic to her body. So those are 2 areas that will really help you. The third one, the skin. I like this one too. This is an area I like, okay? So the skin, what I would tell you to add in with the skin would be, honestly, this one's going to seem so easy. Get a shower filter. And I am not saying this because we carry one at $45. I don't care where you get it from. But I'm going to tell you why it's such a big deal. When you're in the shower, does anybody in here take cold showers? You take warm or hot showers, right? Sometimes you're in there a long time. Guess what? Your pores open up. Man, you're just taking in that fluoride. You're taking in the chlorine. You're taking in the other chemicals they use to clean the water. If you say, oh, well, I have a well, there's still chemicals that end up, maybe not fluoride and stuff, that end up in there. If you're in the shower, man, you can, that's so easy. Change it out, $40, $50, and now at least you're keeping the chemicals off your skin in the heat. That's an add-in. Remove from the skin area. I'm going to be honest, this is going to be different for each one of you. So it's whatever you put on your skin the most. So if you're like me, I take a shower, I get out, I put lotion everywhere on my body. Okay? Some people don't do that, so that won't be your thing. But maybe you're the one that gets in the shower and you use a liquid gel, put all over your skin to wash your body, or soap. Dove. I couldn't believe when I looked at the ingredients today how toxic it was. So whatever it is that you're putting on your skin, that one thing the most, change it for a healthier alternative. And I'm going to tell you what you look for. Fragrance. See, most people are, oh, I have lavender in my soap. Great. Because most of it's made from a synthetic. It's toxic to the body. Okay, fragrances. A couple of the doctors in the certification that I took said that if you will just not buy products that go on your skin that has a fragrance that's unscented, you will clean that one product up by almost 50%. That's huge. It takes a lot of chemicals, y'all, and a lot of synthetics to create good smells. So if your product doesn't have fragrances, parabens, and the other one would be look for weird words. Anytime you see like PEG, 456, so you see a little short word or a couple initials, and then you see numbers, it's a toxic chemical. They're just not going to tell you the name of it. And a lot of times, anything that goes on the skin, many times, has petroleum. So you want to stay away from anything that has numbers, especially all you're trying to do right now is that one thing you put on your skin the most. Because if you remove that one thing and put a healthy alternative in, you're going to make a big difference. There's things like soaps, liquid soaps, Simple Truth at Kroger, very clean soap. And it's not that expensive. They're liquid soaps the same way. So you can really make a difference. If you're a lotion person, they're going to give you a recipe. I created a recipe. I use my own. It's made. It's so easy to make. You make it, really, you can make it in like 5 minutes. And you can make enough for like 2 months at a time. That's what I do. And it's made from almond oil, olive oil, and coconut oil. It's extremely healthy. So what I'm putting on my skin is real food. You know what I'm saying? Good nutrients for me. So I want to give you that. But look, there are healthier lotions too. You look for those things. No fragrance. You know what I'm saying? No parabens. Those things we were talking about. And so the health risk that it puts you in and makes you at a higher health risk on this one it shocked me. Colon, bladder, breast cancer. Okay, so now we talked about, remember back what we put in our mouth? 13 types of cancer. It put us at a higher risk. Now we're at 3 more. And cancer is running rampant. So really what you do in these areas can make a difference. Don't feel like you're start with one thing and continue to work.
What about the homemade soaps that you can buy?
You have to be careful with those too for this reason. A lot of them use essential oils, and it depends on where their essential oil comes from. If it is not clean, it's a synthetic, you don't need it on your skin. It's a good product. Good product. Okay? Last one, and I actually really like this one too. Detox your mind. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, the easiest thing you can do starting tomorrow to add in to help your mind is have an attitude of gratitude. Like I'm talking, get you a folder and begin to write down every day, even if it's 1 or 2 things, what you're thankful for. And I'm going to tell you why. We had a friend that went to church with us that lost their son at 17. He fell asleep on the way to work. We went to minister to them. Instead, they ministered to us. And here was their attitude. We thank God we had him for 17 years. We thank God we had him in ag. We had so much fun with him. They just kept saying these things they were thankful for. And you know what? Most people that go through losing a child get divorced. This couple's still going strong years later. And I believe a big part of that was their mindset. So I understand life's hard, but you've got to be thankful for some things. So going along with that, what do you remove? Toxic. Pick out the most toxic thing you listen to. This could be music, that may be stirring you up after you listen to it, the way it makes you feel. It may be movies. If you're sitting around watching all the negative cop shows, where they're arresting people and life's just, everybody's bad, and that's not good. A little bit of that. But my son-in-law, it was radio talk shows, conservative radio talk shows. He said he had to give it up. It was making him negative. It was not good for him. So you got to look at your life and go, what is it that's, and now I don't want y'all going home and going, I can't talk to my mother-in-law anymore because I got to get rid of anybody negative. You can't do that, okay? Can't do that. So I'm talking about, but something that you're doing. TV, movies, there's so many things that we put into our mind that are negative, okay? And this was interesting, thinking of the mind. And y'all understand when I'm giving you a higher risk, it's only one. There were lots of other things, okay? I just picked one. This one I thought was because of the brain. It puts you at a higher risk for degenerative brain diseases. I was like, wow. So it matters what we're putting into our mind and what we're thinking on. If you start with an attitude of gratitude, what will happen is no matter how hard life is, when you wake up and you're just thankful for the flower you saw or this or that, it kind of changes your mood for the day. And I'm telling you, if you get in the habit of doing it, it'll change the way your brain begins to think because it'll long more for positive things. So I hope this information helped y'all. I have a lot more, but I just want to give y'all a little clip because I know everybody's busy, and I appreciate all of y'all's time that you would come out and listen.
Excellent. I told you she was amazing. So when she's talking about neurodegenerative diseases, okay, what kind of things she's talking about is Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, dementia. These type of things are more common with people that obviously have more of a negative outlook on life. And by the way, toxins are huge. And this is something you may not even have known. But one of the most actually researched medical doctor, I think he's got it's a crazy number of 400 and something research articles have been published in refereed journals. He said that, talking about toxins, he said if you get the flu vaccine for 5 years in a row, you're 10 times more likely to get Alzheimer's because of the toxin buildup in your body. So here's our focus tonight. This is what I want to leave you with, is that you have a ability in your body that God gave you to detoxify your body. God knew our environment was going to get bad, and it's getting worse all the time. So we do have a defense system, thank God, okay? So the goal here is to get you to learn how to improve your environment as much as you can. It's just like stress. You're not going to get rid of stress, and you're not going to get rid of toxins. You're going to be exposed to them. You've never seen anybody walk as fast as I walk through the perfume section in any department store, okay? It's like Rhonda and I race, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, take a breath, hold, and bang, just go right through as fast as you can. Or the cleaning section in Walmart or something like that. It's like, get down that aisle as fast as you can. But you're not going to avoid it. So what do? You try to limit it, and then you try to improve your body's ability to get rid of them, okay? So with that said, I want to thank those that are online watching us tonight. God bless you. If you want more information about how to detoxify your body, then contact our office, and we'll see you on the next video. For those of y'all that are here, okay, I have a really special offer just for those that are here. Plus, I got some other cool stuff to give away too.